Thanks so much for
Uh-oh.
all your stuff. And oh yeah, one more
Oh, you
question.
got one more question. Go ahead.
Do you think smart glasses are going to be the next paradigm shift, like the beeper was to the cell phone? So
No.
that's a whole thing because we could talk about because smart glasses, I would probably go with that to say that's augmented reality rather
Right.
than virtual reality, right? And so augmented reality probably is where, and there's already a lot of stuff actually going on in augmented reality, whether it's um, stuff that's been happening in training. Whether
Hmm.
I mean, I know, for example, I participated in a study here at the local university where uh, we were testing new equipment
Hmm.
and new programs for training medics in the army. And so we were running through a bunch of scenarios that were augmented reality, and so that stuff's some of that stuff's already going on.
Sure.
Whenever it hits full mainstream commercial, for commercial use, that would be. I think part of it is people are wanting something that's small enough that it doesn't weigh a lot,
Right.
right? And then also basically looks like regular glasses, if we're talking about glasses, right? If
Sure.
if these glasses I just have on my head now
Hmm.
had some kind of display and battery, everything integrated, right?
Right.
And it could shoot things on my screen that were either
Shoot things
just
onto your
hovering,
retinas.
information,
Right.
or augmented and augment, geez, I mean I mean that would be amazing. Um,
All right. So I have a different take on this.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is Oculus Go, right?
hmm
Then this is the Quest, which is now the one that's proven that VR can break through, and that there's some
that's
sort of
Quest 2.
Quest. No, that's the
Yeah,
original Quest, right?
okay.
So, and then lastly, if you guys are really interested, but this is just what I have within my reach, just to give you an idea of what I think about where we're going. And then there's the DJI goggles, right?
That's
So,
the FPV
yeah, the
goggles.
FPVs, right? And then on top of it, if you look at what Apple's introducing to their entire lineup right now, is they've now put their lidar little sensors that are going in here, right? They're what I think that's what they're called, right? And so they're looking at this now. The
I'm not
problem is well, I think it's the sensor that's on the new iPad. It's the little dark out sensor, and it's coming to the it's in this generation phones and so on and so forth, right?
sure. Okay.
So, um, they can project the little dots like on the surfaces. So my thing is that you have to build the infrastructure before people can really use it, which means for augmented reality, you look at what Microsoft had already done with their augmented reality glasses, which really haven't made it into the marketplace yet.
Yeah, the HoloLens, yeah.
Yeah, the HoloLens. So until you get a database that's structured enough that people can have useful information that can be projected in a manner that's meaningful, meaning that what would you want it for? Measuring distances, right? For other things like navigation experiences. I look for the military to give us what that experience is going to look like. And that
Sure.
means that where the military finds a place to put augmented reality into your ability to use it in your daily environment, right now it's just a distraction. Somebody's got to
Mhm.
perfect it. They
Yeah.
really have to manufacture something that's got to be absolutely and totally laser focused on giving you the amount of information without it being intrusive, but being intuitive enough that you could operate almost with your eyeball. Because if you're just speaking to another one of these verbal assistants to guide your glasses,
Mhm.
the experience is going to be detached. It's not going to work well.
And, again, having everything tied together, last thing I'll say is I was there a whole day testing this stuff, and guess how many times I had to change the batteries are out a
Oh,
whole bunch of
I'm
times,
sure probably quite a few.
right? And so it's everything's connected. But I mean, I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, it is what this is what people want. You know, the latest and greatest technology. If you told me years ago you'd be Dick Tracy, you'd be able to talk on your watch and do all these things. Look at how long it took to actually take a watch like this and make it into the public that it could actually do most of the things that people really expect from a future-proof device.
Mhm.
Took almost 25, well, actually no, from the inception of Dick Tracy, but from the time that you really think about it, from my looking at it from a Dick Tracy movie, going 25, 30 years before we got one that actually worked well enough that you'd actually want to wear the damn thing.
Mhm.
I think with smart glasses you're still looking at probably another 5 to 7 years before one really comes out that's got a use case that people can actually use. Now, with that said, I think the first place it's going to show benefit is if you're flying in a vehicle.
Mhm.
It's a flying vehicle, and you are basically an operator owner of that vehicle, and it's some sort of EV toll. I think that's going to be the first place where those glasses will probably come in to be the most handy.
Yeah, and imagine if you got into your private jet or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and both the pilots put on their glasses or their headset or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and everything they needed, all the information was projected.
Yep.
So you sit in the cockpit, and there's only like bare minimum standby gauges.
Yep.
There's nothing else in there because everything's here.
And the best thing about traffic identification is literally when you talk
Yeah.
about these
Yeah,
EV
just look, and
tolls,
it's just you just see
look
it.
you're gonna see a little dot. It's gonna circle and it's gonna say, oh, that's
It's going to show you the
such and such
direction,
aircraft,
altitude,
direction,
distance.
altitude.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's going to change the game. But the military has it. We don't. And until we see what's actually going on with it, we're not going to get the full experience. But there's my thoughts. All right. We got to go. It's late. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all the time and energy. David, thanks for all the great comments.
Thanks.
And if you haven't had a chance already, like, subscribe, follow, and hit the bell. And we'll see you guys real soon.
Yep.
And thank you, Harris Heller, for the music.
Have a great evening.